how to learn that process. I have on Facebook, Finch Woodworking, and I have a Hotmail account at Finch Woodworking at hotmail.com. So if you want to leave me a message, email, like or subscribe, absolutely do that. Today, I'm out here in the shop still talking about the woodworking bench. This is just a quick vlog. Hopefully it's quick. I'm going to lay at the mortise and tenon joints. Very nervous about that. Probably should practice it a little bit. I'm just going to dive in and take my time. So this process may take, it may take a month. It may take 2 weeks. I don't know. I'm not going to be in a hurry about it. So this may be a long, drawn out process. Once the whole bench is built, I'll try to put it in a playlist. That way, if anybody finds it, they can watch it from start to finish. I will try to give updates on it, how the process is going, and just to keep you guys up to date. But that's what we're going to start next, is the mortise and tenon joints. Big question, which comes first, the mortise or the tenon? I'm thinking the mortise. That way I can cut the tenon and have it fit exactly. That's my thought anyway. So if any of you guys have any different ideas, mainly I'm going to get it centered up, select the size of the tenon, and use Forstner bits to drill the hole once it's laid out close to the edge, and then use a chisel to straighten and square everything up. And that's the process I'm going to use. I don't have a mortiser. I have thought about attempting it with a router, and I may go that way, and then just have to square the ends up. But I don't really have a good micro adjustment on a fence, how to use the mortiser with the router. So probably do it by hand. And that's kind of one of these things that I do want to challenge and use some of the chisels I've got. And part of making these videos, I'm going to try to end it with this and give a quick shout out to all the YouTubers that I subscribe to, and give a great big thanks, because early in my woodworking journey, typing in how to use a table saw, and that's actually how I found YouTube. Went to Google and typed that in, and this list of videos come up, and I got to noticing everyone I clicked said something called YouTube. Didn't know what it was, and one of the first ones I found that really caught my attention was Steve Ramsey, Woodworking for Mere Mortals. And watching his videos and how he explained things, it really showed me, hey, you can do this. And I would watch stuff that he would do, and I would come out in the shop and try it. And sometimes I would have to try it a time or two. A lot of times I come out and would try it and think, my God, that's simple. I can do this. And it gave me courage and confidence. And in my mind, I look at YouTube. I know they have YouTube Red, so I'm hollering out to YouTube, and I think they should call it YouTube Academy, to where that's how I feel about it. I would watch the videos of the YouTubers and come up to the shop, and I would complete the task, and I would get that sense of accomplishment. And maybe YouTube could have a contest and call it YouTube Academy, and have set skill levels, and if they complete this, they get a certificate, a degree. Not like a college degree, just something to, that sense of accomplishment and a goal, and something to motivate and drive people to do better, be better woodworkers, because that's what this is about. I started out with a jigsaw and a hand drill, and it's turned into, we'll call it an addiction, a love that I hope to have with me the rest of my life. And so I truly thank YouTube and all the YouTube makers, and hopefully one of my videos will just inspire one person to attempt this. And if you fail, that's okay. That's part of the process. If you don't do it right the first time, then don't be a quitter. Nobody wants to be a quitter. Just because you fail, so what? That's not bad. The only time you fail is when you don't get back and try again. So let that motivate you, and hopefully you like these videos and give a thumbs up and subscribe, and stay tuned, and we'll keep going on this woodworking bench. Okay guys, getting ready to cut the leg post down to the final height. What I'm doing, the overall height of the table is 34 7/8. How I've come up with that, a table saw I want to purchase is 35 inches. I want it to be just below, so it can also be an outfeed table. So I'm gonna get 3-inch casters, wheels. So I'm hoping this is correct assessment. Take 3 inches off from 35, leaves me 32. I'm wanting to laminate 2 pieces of plywood together, 3/4 inches, which gives me roughly 1.5 inches. Plywood is not true to size, so that should let it be just a hair under. And that leaves me with an overall height of 30 5 inches for the actual post. So I'm getting ready to go to the miter saw, and I'll show you that process of cutting them down. I'll have to true one end up, and then I'll have to set up hopefully a stop block. So let's get that going and see what it looks like. Okay guys, video may get a little shaky. As you can see here, I've got my laser line on the 30-inch mark. That's as close I can get it on this side to a hold down. That's pretty decent, keep my hands free. I've got it fully supported. My miter saw station, I'm using this as a stop block, so each piece I put, its repeatability, all posts will be the same at roughly 30.5 inches. Like I say, apologize for it being a little shaky. I'm gonna give a disclaimer for all my videos. Anything you see me do, I wear eye protection with glasses. I don't wear hearing protection. I don't wear, not all the time, dust mask, although I should. Anytime you do anything, do it how you feel safe. Do what the manufacturer says. Wear that protection. Don't harp on me just because I ain't. I'm not telling you to do it the way I am. I'm just showing you this is how I do it, and this is not a tutorial, how to. This is just saying this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm making. Hope you enjoy. So if all the haters want to hate, then, you know, it's not meant to be offensive towards you. It's not meant to invoke anything other than, hey, get out in the shop and learn and be accountable for your own self. Take action, and here we go. We're going to run the miter saw and start cutting them. you have it, guys. Okay, guys, what we've got here is the roughly finished bench leg post, I guess you'll call them. The 3" by 3". The only thing I didn't account for in my measurements, I know I'm getting 3" caster wheels. 2 of them will be locking, so I can move the bench around in the shop out of the way if I need more space. When I thought 3" casters, I thought that would give an overall height added of 3". That's the size of the wheel, so with the hardware on the casters, it's actually more than 3". So when I put those on, it's actually going to be longer than the desired 30.5 inches I'm wanting for the leg. So I'll have to actually get the casters, which I've not purchased yet, put them on, measure, and then I'll have to whatever, if it's a 1/2 inch, 3/4. I don't suspect it's going to be very much to get the finished overall height. And we'll take it back to the miter saw and chalk it up like we did before and put a stop. So they're all still going to be the same. I just didn't account for that. Coming up in part 2 is I'd like to get the material out to start milling the stretchers. The stretchers are going to run, I guess you could say, horizontal. I'm going to have 4 short and 4 long to put the bench together. The overall height, length of the table is going to be 5 feet. So I'm thinking I'm going to make my base 4 feet. That way on each end I've got a 6" overhang. One of those is going to have a bench vise on it with the dog holes running down the table. The width, I'm wanting overall width of finished 30 inches. And what I plan to do when I build my tabletop, the base I want to be overall width of 30 inches. That way when I put my top on, it matches and it's flush. That way if I can put drill dog holes. I don't know how many, 3 or 4. I don't plan on doing a whole bunch. 3/4 inches. That way I can use dog holes. I can put clamps and use the faces of the post as clamping areas. I don't plan on putting a tail vise or anything of that nature. So I think that will be something that will be beneficial to me. You know, I can put 2, so many in each leg, and put 2 clamps in each one. And even if I just use it to put a sheet of plywood up to hold it while I edge band it, or if I want to plane something, I can put it in and clamp it that way. Maybe it'll come more into view when I actually do it and kind of show the process. I see a lot of tables like that, so most of you hopefully will know what I'm talking about. If not, hopefully you'll see that and be inspired by it. Looks like a top clamping system that would be beneficial in this kind of work surface. So I think that's all I've got for this section of the video, and this will conclude part 2 of the cherry woodworking bench. If you've liked this series so far, hit like, give a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, and if you have any input, give me some ideas, something you see could make this easier, because once in part 3 we'll mill these stretchers. Once I get all the stretchers ready, milled, cut to final length, the final width, I guess you'd call it, that's when it's going to get real for me, especially actually laying out the mortise and tenons. Pretty nervous about that. I've only done it a couple times in scrap pieces, and how I done it, I don't hand chop them. I use a drill bit set with a stop collar down to a certain depth, which I'm thinking in this is going to be 1.5 to 2 inches. I think that will be enough for this top bench, and what I'm also hoping to do is a system called drawboard tenon. Don't know how detailed I'll go into showing it done. I'm going to try to. I know there's definitely videos out there. Christopher Shorts, if I'm saying his name right, does an excellent tutorial on doing that. And them guys make it look easy. what little I've done it don't seem that bad. But then again, I'm also trying it the first time really in this kind of project. So we'll see how that goes, and hopefully there's no hang-ups and everything stays true and square. And guys, stay tuned for part 3.